Imagine losing to Ohio State. Couldn't be me. Yeah, so that was fun. Watching Ohio State run that back on Texas. That was kind of fun. I don't like Ohio State. I never have, and I really don't like them now, but it looks good to see another UT fall in a moment like this. That was great. We're a lot more similar than you thought we were. You think you're the superior program? Well, you lose Ohio State too, and we kind of scored more points on them than y'all did. So just pointing that out. Not trying to say we played good because we didn't, but just want to point that out. This game's going to come down to one thing. You can talk about Quinn Ewers, you can talk about the defense, you can talk about the offense, you can talk whatever special teams, whatever you want to talk about. It comes down to one thing specifically. Who the heck runs a toss play at the 1 yard line with 4 minutes to go in the game? In any situation imaginable. It can be first quarter, second quarter, third quarter. You can be up by 20, you can be down by 20. But in especially a situation that you have 1 yard to get, down by 7, in the biggest game of the year in your home state, second and goal at the 1, and you got a 300-pound guy you just had come in to play fullback, you choose to run outside on a toss on some of the best safeties this country has to offer. Caleb Downs will be a top 5 pick when he comes out of the draft. Why do you run a toss to his side and have only one lineman pull that far to the left? Running a toss by itself is very idiotic, but running it with only one lineman getting out there that far is completely insane in my opinion. And I think everyone else agrees with that. That's a ridiculous thing to do. Steve Sarkisian is a smart coach. We saw him run a 4th-and-1 play earlier in the game close to the end of the first half that was a very creative, hiked it between the tight end to get it to Arch, who ended up getting 8 to 10 yards, which led to a touchdown. You got a 6'4 quarterback back there that's willing to run, that everyone wants to see out there. Why not put him back there? You have running backs that have been carrying y'all the entire game. Why not give it to them on a run, a stretch, a power? QB sneak would have worked. QB power would have worked. Fullback dive would have worked. And end around's better than this. Play action's better than this. Coming out of shotgun for a fade would have been better than this. That's the last thing you could have done was a toss. And then the next 2 plays, the offensive line just gave up, it looked like. They just couldn't block. Jack Sawyer just made the play of the year for Ohio State. 85 yards to the heart of the South. That is what Jack Sawyer did to his former roommate Quinn Ewers, because he just ducked under. He just dipped under and got right through. Incredible offensive play by Jack Sawyer right there. 85 yards to the house. Crazy. Then you have what into the first half. A lot of people will forget about this. I doubt Texas fans, Ohio State fans will, but if we look back 10 years from now, we'll forget this play. But you look at the point differential heading into the fourth quarter and what happened. This is huge. 7-7, about 20 seconds to go in the first half. Trevion Henderson catches a screen pass. They drop most people deep for Texas. They rush 4. They let the offensive line set up on the screen. Trevion Henderson did a Le'Veon Bell type of thing, which is just wait. Let the lineman get in front because you have the time to do so, because it's not like these linemen from behind are going to catch you. And then just whoop, and off he went. And nobody after that first hole that he got through was even close to him. Trevion Henderson has breakaway speed. He showed against Tennessee. He showed against Oregon. He showed that throughout the regular season, but especially in those 2 games, because those games just happened. You know what he can do with the ball, and you still let him get that open. What do you think they're going to do? They're not going deep. They're not running a 20-yard go route, like 20-yard post route. They're not going to do that. It's a run or a screen, and you were prepared for neither. Because no one was on Trevion Henderson. I don't know what happened there. That was crazy. Questionable officiating on some parts. Could have been a hold. I didn't like that in sportsmanlike conduct that then Gunnar Helm pointed at Caleb Downs. They called that. I didn't like that. I didn't think that should have happened. Also, you could have argued Trevion Henderson could have been ejected for trying to punch a player early in the game. You could have argued that. I don't know. But in Texas, I think that's some small things go in their favor too. You cannot blame this game on the refs if you're Texas. You can use them as an excuse for some parts. But You still didn't stop him when he needed to. He had plenty of opportunities to do so. He still didn't do it. Could have been a hold on one side. Could have been a hold on Texas on some other place. It's a part of football. It really is. Refs will miss stuff. They're not perfect. But when you have the plays to control, you got to control them well. They had some good plays in the second half. Will Howard did not play a great game. He played solid, not great. Quinshon Judkins, solid. Trevor Henderson, solid. Yeah, that one humongous play makes it a good game. Texas did the best job out of anyone the entire year stopping Jeremiah Smith. 3 yards. 3. If I would have told y'all before this game started that Jeremiah Smith was going to get 3 yards, imagine what you would have thought the game was going to be. Not this. And also, Emeka Egbuka won't go for over 100. No receiver on Ohio State went over 100 yards. Imagine that. Imagine. That Tate guy, I think, led them in receiving. It's like 80-something yards. Imagine that. Crazy. And a lot of Will Howard's yards came off that screen pass. So it wasn't like he was throwing the ball down the field perfectly. A lot of it came off these short routes. So, just mentioning that. Texas overall defensively, I thought they did good enough to win. Ohio State's been dropping 40 on good defenses. Texas proved why they might be the best defense in the country. They legitimately might be. They have 3 losses on the year. Those 3 losses have included 3 performances not scoring 20 points. That's not on the defense. That is all offense. They've only, I think, allowed 1 team to get 30 this year. And that was Georgia. And they got exactly 30. And you know what was happening that time? Texas had like 6 sacks given up that game. And a plethora of turnovers. A lot of them gave Georgia a great field position. They had like 3 touchdowns Georgia had that they didn't get past the 50. Didn't even have to. So Texas defense has been good the entire year. And they played really, really well tonight. Way better than I thought they were going to. This team excelled well very defensively. Very good defensively. But they didn't hold up great on the offensive line. Texas did not. They did okay at times. They did solid at times. It was like Spurs have been really, really good, but they had consistently just holes given up in little big moments. Quinn Ewers made some good plays. He threw a bad interception. But overall, he played, I'm not sure good enough to win, but he played decent. They were stopping the wide receivers getting open, so he realized the running backs are the main guys, and he kept getting it to them, so that's a good thing to do. This is a really good Ohio State team. Made Nico look bad, made Dillon Gabriel look pretty bad. I know, you might not think great about Nico, but Dillon Gabriel's a Heisman finalist. This guy's the best quarterback and one of the better quarterbacks in the country. They didn't let him do much. So what do you think Quinn Ewers is going to do? What do you think Arch was going to do? Nothing. They just found a little niche and it worked. Give it to the running back. And it was working. And that's why you give it to him inside the red zone. That's why. And also, on that 4th down, I question this. Why don't you have a running back there to block? Because the route that you put him on, I understand if you're going to put him on a little curl route or something of that nature, he went out to the flat. Just here. That's all he did. It wasn't much. He just went to the side. He didn't try to run much of a route. It was just a safety valve. If something horrible was going to happen, that's a safety valve option. Nothing ridiculous, though. That's not really part of the play. So just have him block. That makes no sense. That made no sense, in my opinion. Just have him block. Block Jack Sawyer, JT Tuimoloau, every D tackle. Help the guys out. You need a time. You get a play off. And he might have got a playoff. I don't know. Worst case scenario, that situation for Texas should have been Ohio State getting ball at the 1-yard line. Instead, Ohio State's running back the game-sealing fumble for an 85-yard touchdown from the former roommate of your starting quarterback. Imagine. That's crazy. Again, in life, I would always say, it's in sports especially, I'd rather get blown out than win and lose a heartbreaker. I'd rather get blown out from the beginning than lose a heartbreaker. I give this analogy. Would you rather get cheated on in the 1st year of your relationship or the 4th year? What would you rather have happen? Get it kind of done over quick. It sucks that happened, but at least it's the 1st year. It's okay, I can move on with my life. I can get myself kind of prepared later on. Or 4th year, you have a lot higher potential. I feel really good about things. Feel like this might be the one, and then should have been calling other people up. Heartbroken completely. Just like this. I bet every Texas fan's had this happen twice. It guaranteed twice. Last year to Washington, this year to Ohio State. That's tough. That is real tough. That's some tough titties right there. This happens sometimes, a lot of times in sports. You have a really good team that's like just on a roll. You have another really good team like Texas that has a great defense. Both play very good games. Ohio State's defense. The Ohio State's team did not play their best game. They played a good game though, I'd say. Texas played a good game too. And then just one play changes everything. Just one play has to change it. That happens a lot of times. With really, really good teams, just one play makes a difference. And sometimes it's not even the players that make the difference. It's the coach. That thing in the first half was huge. That fourth down call is huge. That touchdown from Ohio State on that drive, huge. The missed holding call, huge. That drive laying down for Texas was huge. But the difference in the game was not those. It was the 2nd and 1 call at the goal line. That was the one play that made the difference. You punch it in, it's a tie game about 3.5 minutes to go. All the momentum, you're at home pretty much. If you don't get it, you can live with it. At least you can say, I gave it 3 times to my best players in the goal line. You have a 300-pound fullback. Give it to him and jump. If he doesn't get it, okay, I can go home living like that. Like that's like the Marshawn Lynch thing. Give it to him in the goal line 4 straight times. If I don't get it, I can live with that. In life, give yourself the scenario, give yourself the chance. Best case available. Give your best chance to succeed. If you don't get it, you can live with it. But if you give yourself a 50-50 chance, whenever you've already given yourself a very favorable chance, and it backfires, it's way tougher to live with that because you didn't pick the best chance scenario. Same thing here. Sark's going to have to deal with this for the rest of his career, unless if he can get over this hump. They've been knocking at this door. They've been poking at it. They've been knocking. They just can't get through. They cannot get through right now. That's tough. It's a tough way to lose back-to-back years. We just saw Penn State lose yesterday in a heartbreaking way, about the exact same time. Same thing here. These two teams cannot get through. Ohio State finally broke through, and so did Notre Dame. They'll be playing each other in Georgia. That's kind of ironic. These two teams are not liked by a lot of Southerners, and they're playing in the South for the national championship game. Must feel pretty good if you're a Northerner right now. Hope you have a great day, y'all. Put in the comments your opinions about this. Hope you have a great day, y'all. Prayers go out for all Texas fans and Penn State fans. Good job, though, Ohio State and Notre Dame. Hope you have a great day, y'all. Stay safe. Remember, God bless y'all.